Hey, David Finale here for Bergen County Residential Home Market Statistics. I'm from Century 21 U-Dan Realty, located in Hasbrook Heights in Woodridge, New Jersey, in Bergen County. Well, we're talking about home sales in Bergen County. What we saw in 2010 compared to 2009 was, on average, an increase in price of close to 2% at 1.9. We had a reduction in the number of homes sold of 1.5%. It took approximately 100 days to sell a house in Bergen County in the year 2010. What does all this mean? Well, what it means is that we've got close to what I would call and have been saying all along a normal market. However, the problem with that statement is the amount of inventory. We have an inventory presently starting the year at just over 10 months. That would mean that all the houses on the market, it'll take approximately 10 months to sell all those homes. That would be called an absorption rate. So in a normal market, that would be about 6 months. Sell a home within 90 to 120 days, and usually a very slight increase in price, maybe a drop a little bit, but usually it's pretty stable. But we've had stable prices for the last couple of years. When we talk about the number of homes on the market, we need to look at some history. And unfortunately, 2010 really doesn't show us any kind of history that makes sense, simply because of the tax credit that the government set up and paid people money to buy a house. Interestingly enough, there was a spike in June of last year of home sales. June, because that's when homes close. It takes 60 days to close a home, usually. And before that, April 30th, that's 60 days back, was the end of the tax credit. After that June mark, there was a decrease in home sales compared to 2009. Simply what happened was that people decided to buy their house to get the $8,000 tax credit, or whatever they could get as far as a tax credit, before it was up. So it accelerated their buying. When you talk about the amount of homes on the market, at the end of 2009, there was about a 9-month inventory. At the end of 2010, there's about a 10-month inventory. But what we're looking at now is an inventory situation of an increase, simply because banks are holding back homes that they foreclosed on and have not put them in the market. It could happen any time that banks will release these into the market, so there's an influx of homes on the market. Yeah, I've just said a lot of words there that kind of confuse me too. But here's the point. When there's a lot more homes on the market, that means there's a high supply. The demand is basically stable. Not like it used to be. We'll never hit 2005 or 6 again. But understand that basic economic theory states that it's supply and demand. There may be a drop in price. As a matter of fact, National Association of Realtors, Fannie Mae, they're all predicting a drop in price. So when we talk about inventory, we have to look at that. What it all means is that now is a great time to price your house correctly if it's on the market. And if you do not have it priced correctly, you need to figure out what that price should be. And number two, for those of you, anyone out there that's looking to buy, now is a good time, because when we talk about supply and demand, you've noticed what's happened in interest rates over the past 9 to 10 weeks is they've crept up a little bit. It's still a great time to buy, but if you wait for the foreclosures to go on the market, and you think you're going to get a better price, you might. You just might. However, you're going to be paying the same amount of money due to interest rates increasing. Well, we'll see you in a couple of weeks with an update on what happened in January and how those foreclosures have affected the market so far this year. Again, I'm David Finale, broker owner of Century 21 U-Dan Realty. We'll see you next month.